Alright, are we ready to start?
Yes.
Okay. There was a time in my life, thought I had to do it all by myself. Didn't know the grace of God was sufficient, or the love of God was at hand. Now I can say you were discouraged, struggling to make it through another day. You just gotta let it go, let it all go. And this is what you have to say. I stand up, folks. I release and I let go. There's the spirit of my life. The heart is open wide. Yes, I'm holding for God. Almost struggle, it's almost right. My tears in life. The spirit, yes, I release and I let go. Yes, it's my life. My heart, so yes, I hold you, God. Almost broken, almost trying. With my faith, I see the light. I am free, the spirit, as I am holy. I am free, the spirit, yes, I am holy. Oh God.
Well, I'm supposed to be up here. I don't have any notes or anything, so I'm just gonna give it to you how it comes to me. Yeah. Good morning. I'm Linda Anthony, and I am your platform assistant this morning. And I would like to welcome all of you here in the sanctuary and all of you who are out there on Zoom. You are a part of our congregation, an integral part, and we love having you with us. Now, is there anyone here for the first time today? Yes, if you would raise your hand. Yes. I just want to let you know that in fellowship after the service, if you go down the hall, it'll be the second door on your left. And there is a special table that's marked visitors. And when you sit at that table, we will come to you and introduce ourselves and get to know you. And it'll be a great, wonderful time for everyone concerned. What else am I supposed to say?
Light on the mesa.
Huh? Light on the mesa. I'm supposed to say, we are the light on the mesa because we don't have any electricity. So we have to make the light ourselves. Okay, and now we have the wonderful sparkling, filled with God's light and love, Reverend Rose.
Welcome, everybody. We are so happy to have you here today, bringing your own light to each and every one of us. We'll start with a meditation. So just sit comfortably, let yourself relax and feel at ease, letting go of anything that has transpired before this present moment in time. Just take a deep breath in and relax. letting go, releasing and letting go, so that we can be fully present right here and right now at our beautiful Unity Center, spiritual light on the Mesa. We relax into the grace of God and good. We align ourselves with that spiritual grace, the spiritual light of love. We invite grace to illuminate our minds and hearts so that we see beyond any of the hurts, pains, and frustrations of this week, last year. As we radiate that light of love, we know the light is so grand that it shines fully and brightly, so much so that we see nothing but the light of love. With this invitation to be filled with that love, we know there is no place that God is not. We ask that our faith be increased tenfold, that our heart's love be magnified 100-fold, so that we may be the light in our world, in the world of our community, and in the world, the grander world that so needs our love right here and right now. We bring love, we bring peace, we bring harmony to those in our field of consciousness that are seen and unseen. We ask for illumination within our heart so that we clearly see through the eyes of the Christ light within us. As we finish this meditation, allow yourself to feel settled, to bring your eyes back to opening, and to feel present in the room.
Hallelujah. 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 Hallelujah.
We have a special prayer today. The reason that we do not have power is there there was an accident. And there was a crane involved with high power lines. An ambulance was dispensed to the area of the accident, and the power is out. So we want to send blessings to anyone and everyone who has been impacted by this power outage, by the person who may have been injured, and by people at home who are taken off guard and who may feel some concerns about not having power. Let us take a moment to send that love and grace, that prayer for healing, divine unity, connection, and peacefulness to each and every person, so that they can feel that power and connection with God. So we give thanks for that. And we thank our Zoomies for knowing that you are experiencing Zoom in a different way this time. We still love you and appreciate you, and you are in our hearts.
Can you hear in the back, okay? This song was written by a guy named Dave Carter, probably 20 years ago now. I played this here a number of times, it's been a while ago. On a sleepy, endless ocean, when the world lay in a dream, there was rhythm and splash and roll, and a voice to sing. And the moon shone on the breakers, and the morning warmed the waves, till a single cell did jump and hum, the joys of the sing. This is my home. This is my only one. This is the only sacred ground I ever known. Should I stray through the dark night alone, rock me guides in the gentle arms of Eden? And they grew bright around me, one turned into two, and the two into 10,000 things, and all things into new. And on some virgin beach, one lonesome critter crawled. He looked about, shouting out his most astonished drawl. This is my home. This is my only home. This is the only sacred ground I ever known. Should I stray through the dark night alone, rock the guides in the gentle arms of Eden? Soon all the sky was buzzing, brown was caught the green, and the wary children of the woods went dancing in between. And the people sang rejoicing, their fields were glad to green. This song of celebration, their cities on the plain. This is my home, this is my home. This is my home, must be the only sacred ground. This is the only sacred ground I ever known. Should I stray through the dark night alone, rock the guides in the gentle arms of Eden? La 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 la. La 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 Now the smoke upon the harbor, factories on the shore, and the world is filled with greed and ill, and enterprise of war. But I will lay my burdens on the shoulders of your grace, and the shining beaches of your love, the sea of your embrace. This is my home. This is my home. This is my home. It's the only sacred. This is the only sacred ground I have ever known. Should I stray? Should I stray through the dark night alone? Rock me, guys, in the gentle arms of Eden. Rock me, guys, in the gentle arms of Eden. It's one of those days.
Well, the team has come together so beautifully to work with the lack of power. So I'd say we're full of power. Yes. And of course, in that prayer, we will include that power for the Broncos again. It's at 11:30. So my top title is on gratitude and abundance. So living in gratitude and abundance opens the door to a life filled with blessings. By aligning with gratitude as a frequency, we participate in that law of circulation and actively practicing gratitude. We invite love, joy, and opportunities into our lives. This is a transformative practice. This attitude of gratitude, no matter what it looks like in life. In light of that, let me also say a prayer for our elections, which we will know the results of by next Sunday when we stand here together. Let us open our minds and hearts for gratitude for Election Day, an opportunity to affirm the values that we hold dear. And may this day remind us of beauty and justice and love in our communities. And may it inspire us to move forward in unity and compassion. Amen. So last week, we talked about prayer and meditation. And we handed out prayer journals for you. And there was a couple of ways you could use those prayer journals in case you didn't hear last week or attend. We said you can list prayers, you can use it to count your blessings, to record prayers for friends and family, to reflect on answered prayers. This could be something that you could keep for many years down the road. So raise of hands, how many of you started using that? Okay, great. Great. I asked that you each be given another journal so that you can give that to a friend or to a stranger, to someone that you would like to have. So just pay it forward so that someone else can start recording the blessings they receive. Because when we start with that attitude of gratitude for all that we have, it's life-changing, isn't it? Absolutely. So go to page 2 here. You know, with gratitude as a frequency, I want to give an example from my own personal life about how I was able to have to overcome an attitude where I felt sadness and angst. I own a property, a duplex, and my tenant decided not to pay me anymore and hasn't paid since June. And so I had to use the process of eviction and go to court and get things posted on the wall and have a sheriff be there this week when the eviction took place. My husband and I and one other person drove down to Pueblo. And the way the process works is the sheriff knocks on the door and informs the tenant, this is your last hour here. And they make sure that it's safe for the team of 8 to go in and move everything. While I was down on the way there, the sheriff called me and she said, we need to make sure you have 8 people to take everything out of the house. My husband and I looked at each other and we said, well, we think we can get it all out in 1 hour. We're strong. We can do it. Laughing. So it took a few moments. The woman said, I didn't know this was going to happen. And the sheriff said, a month ago, I posted the eviction notice on your door. You did know. Sometimes we stay in denial, don't we, about life? Well, about a month ago, I had seen the house and it was a wreck. They had gotten a new puppy. You know what puppies do. Do. And the carpet was ruined and chewed up. Now, we had just remodeled this place 2 years ago. It looked beautiful. So I was in tears and I was angry as I left the place. So I had to work through that because I'm giving this talk this week. And I thought, well, I better get with it. It's always fun to live your talk before you give it. So we went down there and I was feeling peaceful. I thank the 3 sheriffs for being there. And we went through and we just hauled everything out of there. There must have been 10 bags of trash, along with mattresses and couches. My husband really liked hauling out the washer and dryer. That was fun. So we got everything out and I noticed she was sitting on the couch in the front yard, upset and crying. And I walked over to her and I said, well, I wish you well. And I hope you get support so that your life changes for the next part of your life. And later on, as I moved some more things out, I said, you knew this was coming. Do you have some people to support you to haul this stuff somewhere? She goes, I know, please don't talk to me anymore. And I just thought, because we had seen a moving van there for a few weeks and we had high hopes it would be empty. But I thought, you know, I have done that before where I know I'm supposed to get something done and then I wait. Because I'm afraid or it's new or something has to happen that I feel uncertain about. Instead of getting in the truck, packing up, and being mentally ready to go on to the next step. Anyone else here ever have resistance to moving forward? Well, would you believe that as we talked to the sheriff, she was so delightful. She said, this place is bigger than my place. And the rent, what are you charging for rent? She said, that's a lot less than I am paying. And my husband said, we have decided to sell the place. Would you be interested? We calculated, we said, the rent on that half would take care of your rent, you'd have an extra $1,000 a month. And she said, yeah, but what if I got some crappy tenant? And it's a duplex. And I said, well, you're in luck because the district attorney lives in the other side. I said, do you know him? His name is Eric. She goes, oh, I know him. That would be great. So I'm hoping next week that she'll let us know that she'd like it. If not, I still feel confident the sale will go well. So that's my gratitude in action at work. In this talk about gratitude and abundance, Myrtle Fillmore talks about this quote, and I love it. It fits right in. We must be willing to let go of the life we have planned so as to accept the life that is waiting for us. We must be willing to let go of the life we have planned so we can accept the life that is waiting for us. That song Release. I release and I let go so I can move forward in life, right? Yeah, absolutely. So let's talk now about the law of circulation. Gratitude and giving creates a wonderful cycle. It's very powerful. That's known as the law of circulation. And Jesus illustrated this in the story of the widow's offering in Mark 12. This small little widow gave 2 coins, not out of wealth, but from her heart, showing that true abundance comes not from what we hold, but what we give. And Jesus said, she is blessed. She is giving her last 2 coins. Those that are more fortunate are giving, but she is giving all that she has. Such faith has she. Where is it in our lives that we need to turn it over to God? Where is it that we need to have faith? Let's make sure that we do that and use those prayer journals to record that. You can look back in history and go, oh, remember all those blessings I got, especially if you're having a down day. Oh, I remember all those blessings. So Charles Fillmore, one of our founders, said, when we give freely, blessings return to us in kind. This idea is beautifully illustrated in the concept of the movie called Pay It Forward. Who remembers that movie? Oh, it was striking, wasn't it? A little boy, 12 years old, 11 years old, was in a classroom. His teacher said, I challenge each and every one of you to come up with something to make a difference in the world. His idea was, if I help 3 people and then ask them to pay it forward, I can help start a chain reaction that will change the world. He invited a homeless man to his home to have a meal, to have a warm place to stay. His mother, after freaking out, discovered this young man fixing her truck that wasn't working. It was quite beautiful to see. He helped another young girl who needed funds, who was in the hospital. His attitude was admirable. He created a movement that took forth and flourished. So Charles Fillmore has said it is the law of spirit that we should give freely if we would receive freely. If we give and receive, we can then cultivate a generosity of spirit. Isn't it a blessing when you meet somebody that has that generosity of spirit? You can just feel it around them. So number 3, releasing blocks to abundance. Gratitude helps us release limiting blocks, self-doubt, unworthiness, and a feeling of I don't believe. Limiting beliefs. A woman named Karen Waltrand in the book, The Light Maker's Manifesto, gave a story about how she had seen a client, a woman going through a divorce, who felt like she was worthless, didn't know what she was going to do to get over it. She was doubting whether she would ever be loved again. And her therapist said these words, which I love. You have evidence to suggest otherwise. You have evidence to suggest otherwise. Reminding her to see beyond the pain to all the love she'd known. So that gentle truth I found to be very profound. When is it in our life that we need to look for the evidence of truth in our life that is beyond the appearance of the temporary angst that we have? I did need that when I saw that crappy looking apartment, I'll tell you that. Okay, number 4. Seeking abundance everywhere in gratitude and action. So Jesus said, I am come that they might have life, that they might have it more abundantly. And gratitude in action takes this to another level. Reverend Ariana talked about how we have 34 teams in our church. That's astounding. Thank you all for all the work you are doing currently on a team and all the work you have done previously if you have been on a team. Can we just have a show of hands for anyone who is currently or has been on a team? Wow, that's almost everybody. If we all take a turn, great things happen, don't they? I wanted to give a special thank you to Vern and Darla for all the work they've done with teams recently, in particular. To the men's group for helping to finish building the shed, making it larger. To the dedication, the women's group, for all that you are doing, having meetings twice a month this past year to enlighten and uplift women. The care ministry will be having a meeting soon. And I wanted to thank you all for your patience and your work and all that you have contributed for that. I have been feeling remiss because I have been out of town. I was probably out of town a total of about 5 weeks this fall. And then my brother passed away, and then I was out of town emotionally, so to speak, as we took care of everything we needed to for my brother. And so we will be having meetings starting up again. But I certainly do want to thank everyone, because I have heard beautiful stories of people whose lives were changed from the care they received from you, from meals, from assistance in the home, from phone calls of support, from reconnecting. It makes such a difference to have someone we can fall back into reliance upon when we are having some trouble. So gratitude in action. Gratitude becomes most powerful when it's in action, right? Like when we pay it forward. So I'd like to have you think of a time when you experienced a sense of gratitude or thankfulness when you really needed that. For example, I was 38 when I went through a divorce. and I was feeling very down. And I remember going to King Soopers. And I still remember the face of this woman who just gave me this beautiful smile. She didn't know how much I needed that morning. When is a time that you have received something that you needed? Just take a moment and allow that to come to mind. Now I want you to take a moment and talk to the person next to you or close by you. And just say, my name is Linda. I experienced a moment of gratitude when, and just say that. And then Richard will say, as he listens, well, I remember a time when I experienced gratitude when this occurred. So go ahead, talk amongst yourself. Take a moment and find someone or something to share. Make sure you switch partners.
Okay.
Okay, so have a minute to finish up that last thought. Okay. Bring your awareness back to the room now, please.
School teacher voice.
All right. Benito. Okay, so. Very good. Glad you could share that gratitude with the person or persons next to you. Doesn't that make you feel good to share gratitude and to hear gratitude? Compassion has been known to produce great effects in the brain. We need to practice that sense of gratitude and compassion every day. That's why that attitude of gratitude can change the frequency in our lives so that we can attract blessings and abundance in our life. Abundance of love, joy, and financial abundance. Last week, I talked about we can look for unexpected income. We can also tithe on that. We can appreciate having that. Yesterday, I opened the mail and I was so shocked. I got a check from USAA Bank of $330. And they said, "We're so sorry, we tied up your previous deposit because investigation of fraud was occurring. So we are paying you $175 for this and $150 for that." Probably just had some minimal amount. Now I have $330. So we never know where that unexpected income will come from, right? Now, as I was thinking about that, I was thinking about Unity Spiritual Center of the Rockies. And I thought, what if we all gave a tithe on unexpected income to our center? You know, there's things we need like maintenance things, a new roof. My husband has trained me not to say roof. Other maintenance features that we need, probably the men's team could let us know all of those things, but let's think about it, right? Let's just embrace prosperity. And let's pass it on. Let's leave that legacy. The reason I could buy that duplex was when my father died 24 years ago, he left me some money. That has provided money for my family for 24 years. What legacy are we going to leave for people in our church community? Our children's children. So living in gratitude and abundance opens doors to a life filled with blessings. By aligning with gratitude as a frequency in this law of circulation, we invite joy, love, and opportunities. This transformative practice can change our lives. Absolutely. So I invite you to change your life. Start journaling with a prayer journal. Give one away. If there's extras in the back, I just want to save about 5 of those for future people. Feel free to pay it forward. So please join me in prayer now. Lord God, thank you for the boundless blessings in our lives. Give us grace. Guide us in walking in gratitude, to serve freely, to spread kindness wherever we go. May our hearts be softened. May our spirits be lifted and our hands be ready to give. Amen. Now, before the offering, I'm just going to give a good news report of what we have collected thus far. Westside Cares Thanksgiving Program. Thank you all who donated cards thus far, cash or checks. Westside Cares has collected $1,400. Oh, pardon me, $1,300. Their goal is $4,800. Any support you can provide will be deeply appreciated. A little reminder that King Super's gift cards in the amount of 10, 20, or 25 can be turned in today in the offering baskets, or you can drop it off by our center here by Tuesday, the 5th. And please write Thanksgiving gift card program on the envelope. We asked for hurricane relief last week for Asheville. We have received $320 that will help go towards purchasing chainsaws. So thank you for that. And if you'd like to give any more, just write hurricane relief as you give your check. Donna said that Molly, who is collecting the funds and goes out to visit the people and to distribute these goods and services has asked for prayers personally because each time she goes out, it feels a bit traumatic for her seeing the great need that is in her beloved community. So please keep her in your prayers. And we send that prayer of upliftment to her right now. So ushers, please come forward. Yes.
Joe's gonna sing, and then we're gonna do the ceremony.
That's okay. Let's just go, we'll go. We're all about flexibility.
That's right. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I have,
all that I give,
and all that I receive. Thank you.
I am so blessed. I am so. I am so grateful for all that I do. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I do. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed.
Ushers, please come forward. We give thanks for these gifts. We bless them. We know they are filled with divine love, abundance, graciousness, God's love, and good. We give thanks for each and one of these blessings, whether it be here present in the basket or electronically or through your goods, time, talent, and treasures. We bless these gifts. And so it is. We now have a wonderful ceremony to welcome our new members.
So this morning, Reverend Rose and I are really happy to welcome new members into our spiritual community. Some are returning members who have been gone for quite some time, and one is coming to us from a Unity community in California. Please come up to the platform as I call your name and receive a rose from Reverend Rose. Afra Carvalho, Anna El Parent, Casey Dornkina,
And please just stand here.
Cheryl O'Daniel, Lorelei Burrell, Mike Malovic, Mona Lucero, Scott Lawless.
Lunch, we need one more.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
There we go. With these roses, we ask that you look at this rose and think of it. You can see the rose bud, the beginning, the beauty, the grace of God's work in God's garden. That is how we see you. That is how we see your relationship to unity, our center. This rose will continue to unfold, to blossom, to show the rose's magnificence. You can smell a beautiful fragrance that's very faint, but is so pronounced. Think of that. How will you bring your beauty and grace and unfoldment like this beautiful flower on your spiritual journey? We so appreciate each and every one of you here. We also have another gift for you. So as you turn towards me, I will hand each of you a pocket angel so that you know and reflect when you need divine guidance in that beautiful grace of angelic presence, that you will have this in your life. You will have this presence in your pocket as an eternal reminder of that universal presence of God and good. So please turn back to the congregants now, and I will now say a blessing that everyone will repeat after me. We love you.
We love you.
We bless you.
We bless you.
We appreciate you.
We appreciate you.
We uphold the Christ in you.
We uphold the Christ within you.
Namaste.
Namaste.
Welcome.
Welcome.
And you may speak.
I have a few announcements.
We have
an announcement. Yes, an ASLIB announcement. Rose, thank you for the gratitude lesson today. Folks, I have bookmarked a YouTube video that's more experiential about gratitude. Look up Gratitude, a song by Saint Finnegan. All right, listen to it. It grows on you, and it brings that experience, not just the intellectual of what gratitude is, but just into your heart that you can live and breathe it. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
All right, let me know. Thank you.
Okay, now somewhere I saw that I was supposed to call Beth Raquel up. I'm not gonna call you up now, Beth. I just don't want to forget to do it. So if I forget, just jump up and. Okay. I'm gonna call you at the end. So this is our announcements for today. The lovely flowers were brought by Beth Wales. And they are in honor of her sister Diana's birthday. And Diana was born in November. And she is no longer with us. We know that she is missed by many people who knew her. And we want to say thank you so much, Beth, for bringing the flowers. The metaphysical group meets on Thursday, November 7th from 6 to 7:30 p.m. Westside Cares, their sip and snack open house, which Richard and I attended last year, and they have lots of food and wine. Is scheduled Tuesday, November 12th from 4 to 6 p.m. RSVP is required. See the e-blast or flyers on the bulletin boards for contact and additional information. And they will give you a tour of their facility so you know if you're donating to Westside Cares, how wonderfully welcome and needed your donations are. The Thanksgiving Day luncheon. If you need a place to go for Thanksgiving, then please join us on Thursday, November 28th at 2 p.m. Bring a side dish or dessert to share. Ham and turkey will be provided. And please contact Jackie Borg on the fellowship team to let her know what you will bring. Okay, and the yoga class tomorrow morning has been canceled. So I apologize for that. I'm sure there are some of you here who were just waiting for it to come around again. Not this week. Okay, Beth, I was supposed to call you up. Come on. And don't forget, always check the weekly Unity e-bulletin, bulletin boards, Unity online calendar, and Unity Facebook page for updates on events.
Yeah. Just use your teacher voice.
Hi, everybody. I'm Beth Burkell, and I am the liaison for the marketing team. And one of those 34 teams that Rose spoke of, it's a marketing team. And we're looking for volunteers, a team of volunteers with experience in promoting events, creating a website, which is kind of important, graphic design, if you have experience in that, and advertising strategies and more. So I already identified some of you and appreciate your willingness to be part of this team. We don't want to leave any stones unturned unless this is, a passion of yours and a journey you want to share with us. So contact me. You can contact, there's a e-blast advertisement with my name and number. You could also go to the directory if anybody's gotten in with the directory. If you haven't signed up to be on the directory, see you later, and then you can get, a network of people's name and numbers in the community. So
Thank you.
Thank you.
And now I would like to call up our prayer chaplain for today, G. Dutton. No, you don't have to come up. Actually, why don't you stand right over here and then you can shout at the mic.
And the audience.
Hi, my name's Jean Dutton, and I'm your prayer chaplain for today. I invite you for private prayer after the service, if you so desire. And it'll be in the meditation room, the first door on the left down the hall. Let us join together in our closing prayer. The light of God surrounds us. I am that light. The love of God enfolds us. I am that love. The power of God protects us. I am that power. And the presence of God watches over us. I am that presence. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. Thank you, everyone who helped with the service today, meditation, and fellowship today. Thank you all for joining us in person or on Zoom. We look forward to having you join us next Sunday. Have a beautiful, blessed week.
Thank you. Amen.
Let us join together in the peace song.
I gotta keep one hand. That's what we charted. In perfect harmony. It's begin with you. Let this be a moment. Let's every step I take. Let this be my joy inspired. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternity. Let it be something and let it begin with me. Thank you.
You did a fabulous job today.
Thank you.
Figure this out.
Oh,
I just.
oh, all right, ahead.